Buongiorno. We're gonna make some chicken Alfredo. Chicken Alfredo. Also, that's a terrible Italian accent. You're gonna be good. Skin the thing. Ta-da! Look at that! I better put my mustache back on in the Italian spirit of things. Even though this dish, funny enough, actually, is not Italian. I did a brief history lookup. It's actually not an Italian dish. Or at least not in the traditional sense. Just gonna put on my nice little Italian mustache again. Hey, it's a me, a juicy ketchup. And we're gonna make some chicken Alfredo. I'm tired of that accent, actually. You were my one thing that was gonna make me look good. My one little mustache. But no, of course not. How are we going to make this Alfredo chicken? Well, on this thing here, first step, we're gonna make heavy cream. Then we're gonna cut up some chicken and then dry it first before we even think about cooking. We need to season the chicken. We gotta cut up some garlic. We gotta boil some delicious nudes. Cook chicken, make sauce. Then we're gonna put it all together and then I'm gonna have a bite of it and we enjoy. Okay, so first thing we're gonna do is we're going to make some heavy cream. Stick of unsalted butter and some whole milk. And that's all you need. And of course we're going to not boil it, but we're going to put it on a low heat, okay? It's going to be on a very low heat. I don't even think they recommend a full stick of butter, but we're going to do it this way. By the way, I've never made heavy cream in my life. I usually just buy it at the store. But for the authentic dish to be authentic dish that the authentic dish could be, we need to try to make as much as we can from scratch. Alright, heavy cream. Gonna make it in this thing, this little pot here. Let's put it on a not super low, but pretty low heat. I'd say probably around 4. Check this out. This is a military grade AR-15 Black Ops toaster, specifically gifted to me from R. Lee Ermey's grandmother. There it is. We're going to now just add the stick of butter here. Check that out. That butter is melting. I have a feeling that's way too much butter, by the way. Looks like we're just going to be making extra heavy cream for the side. The general tip, though, is this. When you're making heavy cream, you don't want to have it boiling. You do not want this boiling. You do not want your milk boiling. You just want it at a low simmer. And you want to stir and whisk it for about a good 5 minutes, I would say. Look at that nice butter. And as you can see, almost all of the butter is melted. We're going to add some milk. I don't know how much we're supposed to add. I believe it's supposed to be like a cup. We're going to go with the heart. There you go. Now we're just going to whisk this up. It is said that there might be like some little chunky bits that might occur here and there. And that's completely normal. There we are. And there you have it. Some heavy cream. We're going to set this aside now, and we're going to go on to the fun stuff. So when you are cooking chicken breast, for example, you want to make sure that it is dry before it gets into this pan. 2 pieces of chicken breast. We are going to cut these up. Pat that dry as much as we can. We might have to use another piece of paper towels, but so far it's not too bad. There we go. This is a very sharp knife. Please be safe with knives. I want all this fat off. I don't want any fat on my chicken. Very carefully. There we go. Well, that's a little sad, but that's fine. We can still work with this. There we go. Let's see how that looks. Oh, that's good. Okay, that is good. Here's my little thing of salt. I will be using kosher. Sprinkle a generous amount of salt on it. Don't overcoat it or anything, just a generous amount. So we do want to have this seared and stuff, but we don't want to be too salty. We don't want that weird salty taste because it's not supposed to be super salty. Salt this side. Alright, we've done it. The chicken has been salted. We will add pepper in just a sec. I'm just going to give this about a minute or two for the salt to like soak in and absorb as much of the moisture as possible. I'm going to set this knife aside because it's very dangerous to play with knives. Do not play with knives. You can cut up the chicken, but you cannot play with the knife. We're going to throw pepper now on the chicken. I love pepper, so I add quite a bit on it, to be honest. Flip you over. That looks good. I think that is good. Alright guys, what was the next step? We look at the fridge, because I wrote down the notes because I have a bad memory. Cut up the garlic cloves. General rule of thumb, a lot of people will usually put like a bare minimum of at least like 3. I think we're going to do about 6. We're going to do 6. I like garlic, so we're going to cut up a lot of garlic. Set this chicken right over here. Yeah! Woo! That pepper got in the air. Ooh! Oh! Billy! Oh! All that pepper got in my nose, Billy! Oh! Some of these nice little garlic cloves here. We're gonna get about 6 of these, so let me just tear them all off. There we go, we got 6 cloves. The trick to get them out of their nasty little shedding thing is simple. You know what the trick is? You crush them, just like in Harry Potter. You take this, you go, hey, what are you doing? And you just take them all out. And we're just gonna dice this up really quick. Oh, garlic smells so good though. It's fresh. Oh yeah, that's so good. Dude, this smells amazing. My mouth is watering. Get off. It sticks. It sticks, precious. Get the off of my clove, dude. Okay, it's off. It's the dancing knife. Look at the dancing knife. Alright, nice and diced. We are golden. Let's see what's next on the whiteboard of what to do. We're gonna... We're gonna boil some noodles. Alright, simple step. Fill this pot with water. Boom. Water in pot. Pot has water. That's very good. Salt the water. We're gonna set this on a boil. While all that's happening, we're actually going to cook the chicken at the same time. We're gonna put the stove roughly at a medium-high heat. We're just gonna let this heat up. It's gonna take about like 3 minutes, I'd say, for this thing to heat up. We're gonna make sure that we have some avocado oil and some butter. You could use olive oil if you want to as well, but I have avocado right now. That's all I got. Alright, let's see if enough time has passed. Hades. Hades. Baby boy. This is Hades. He's my baby. Yeah, he's smelling the little legs on my new little stand. Oh, you're gonna leave now? Fine, you can go. Have a good time. He's such a needy baby. Alright, let's see. Is it ready? Oh, it's... Try that again. Yeah, add some of that olive oil in there. Good, looking good. First piece of chicken. We do want to wait till this heats up just a tiny bit more. It's the chicken dance! Juicy professional chef. Yes, that's what I am. Unfortunately, that was not hot enough. You know when it's hot enough because when you put the chicken in, it starts going sss, but it didn't do that this time. So the thing I could do is take it out, but I'm stubborn. I'm not going to do that. Time to add the noodles. We're going to add just enough here. Woo! There we go. You want the noodles to be boiling for roughly good, I'd say a good like 10 minutes. I'm going to flip it just to see how it's doing. It's a good sear. That's a pretty good sear. It's not bad. I thought it was going to be worse. Sometimes you just got to believe in yourself. You want your chicken to be at what degrees? That's right! 165. No less than that. Flip. Flip, damn you. There we go. That's a good sear. Ooh. See, internal temp says not quite there. Speeding up the process now. Throw a little lid over it and just leave it alone for a few minutes. You also want to stir the noodles occasionally. You don't want them to stick or anything. Alright, let's see. Get it? Oh, yep. You have reached it. Very well done. Moving the chicken over here. Let's see if it's got a good sear or not. Probably gotta go a little bit longer, I'd say. Okay, so it doesn't hurt if you flip it every once in a while, okay? It is a lot thinner than how I usually cook it, so I have to remember that. Well, that's good. We're going to go on to the next step, which is make sauce! Heavy cream, garlic, parm, cheese, all that stuff. Alright, we're gonna do this cheese. Alright, grating cheese. You need a lot of Parmesan, by the way, for this dish. You need a lot. Basically this. Some argue even like 2 of these, but this is enough. Actually, that's a lie. I could probably eat like 3 of these. Finely grate this cheese. Oh, yeah. But I'll tell you right now, I bought this and I was like, I opened it up, I smelled it. It's crazy, dude. I could smell this really well, and I have a bad sense of smell, by the way. That really looks like my... What about the pre-grated one? Well, we could have done that, but the thing about this stream is I'm trying to be authentic, you know? I'm trying to have an authenticity to it. Everything I do is essentially by hand. Except for the noodles, that would have taken way too long. Oh my god. That is a lot of cheese. That is what I want. Whoa. So much of cheese, it is a lot. It is, in fact, a lot of cheese. Stupid. It is a lot of cheese for the... Oh, well, that. Alright, here we go. First thing we're adding into this dish is the garlic. So you have to mix it up. Now we're going to do the chef's special and just salt it. I probably should have gotten a bigger pan, to be honest, because I'm scared to mix this and have it fly all over the place. There we go. Now we start adding some Parmesan cheese to the mixture. There we go. Good, good. Gonna add a little bit more cheese. Let's add some of this. Give it a little bit more thickness. Ooh, yeah, there we go. Making this by hand is very challenging, but kind of rewarding, because it looks good. Time for some sun-dried tomatoes. They are in oil, but there we go. Ooh, look at that thick gooiness. Oh, it's looking good. Alright, we're almost done. Next step is to cut up some parsley. Gotta cut up this parsley very well. If I cut myself, you'll never know. Because of my ketchup-y limbs, but anyway. I'm just gonna cut up this piece of chicken really quick. Let's see if I even cooked it right. Is it center nice and... Oh yeah, it's pretty juicy actually. Now we're gonna add our pasta. A little dish of pasta in here. Remember to add a tiny bit of this pasta water. There we go. Not bad, not bad. Now let's grab a plate. Plate this up real quick. Throw this chicken on like so. Add some parsley. Voila! Chicken Alfredo! Smells good. Probably gonna taste good. There's only one way for me to find out though, and that's to actually take a bite. So I'm gonna do something that none of you are gonna see. A process of metamorphosis. Let's see how this tastes. Chicken first. Oh my god. What? Holy, what the f... That's amazing. The f... It tastes good. What about, what? Pasta. Come on, pasta. Oh my god, that is amazing. What the fuck? Okay, yeah, no, that was shockingly good. I was not expecting it to be that good. Holy fuck. Where's ours? Where's ours? I had to do all the cooking. This is for me. But if you want some, you can watch the stream and just make it yourself. Next week, we're gonna do steak and maybe some mashed potatoes. Steak and potatoes. Drink some water, have some ketchup, and I'll see you in the next stream. Goodbye!